My name's Luke Buckbee. I'm the all things audio engineer for Killswitch Engage. We're here in Las Vegas at the Downtown Event Center, and we're wrapping up our second leg of our support run with Rise Against. I was originally a band guy. I played in a hardcore band for years, touring the world, starving, sleeping on floors, and I got to the point where I didn't think it was going to pan out. Weird. So I started getting into the audio world, and I got into the audio world the same exact way, basically touring with bands that were doing the exact same thing that I had been doing, and starving with them and sleeping on floors with them, and just sort of made my way up and learned the hard way, and just made friends, and here I am with Killswitch Engage 12 years later. I think my first time ever on a Midas desk was probably on an analog, like an XL4 or an H3K, probably in Europe, you know, doing the festival circuits. And I always loved them. I was always happy to walk up and just gain them up and know that I would have a decent show. My first time on the Pro series, and specifically the Pro 2C, was Killswitch supported Five Finger Death Punch in the US, and I got to mix on Bruce Ryder's Pro 2, and that's where I fell in love with it and basically knew that was the desk I wanted to work with. Okay, so we're pretty simple setup. You know, Killswitch is just a 5-piece metal band. It's a 5-piece drum kit, in, out, top, bottom, hat, 3 toms, cowbell, ride, 2 overheads. I'm running Palmers on guitars because I like them, and they have a clean tone as well, which is DI, just to keep it simple. And then 3 vocals down front and a spare. I do all the audio from this desk, so we run all monitors from front of house. It's all in-ears. So the desk is split. I have 32 channels for front of house, and then they're double patched to the last 24 channels, and the last 24 channels are for the guys. I run 4 lines of Cat5, 2 mains, 1 redundant, and then 1 line goes to a router on deck, and there's an iPad on stage, and the guys can make changes. They can ask their techs to make changes, but pretty much they don't. These things have been really consistent, and they sound good. I cue through the mixes as the show goes, just make sure everything sounds right, and basically massive consistency from 300 cap clubs to 6,000 cap outdoor stages in Vegas, which is pretty much the range of what we do. Actually, that's not even true. I mean, we do 100,000 cap venues in Europe, so, you know, when we do the festival circuits. So it's the same worldwide. So one of my favorite things is the phasing tool, which I use to align the Palmers and the mics, which is just an awesome effect. I mean, the mics are mainly for the guys' in-ears, but I do like blending them, mostly for a stereo effect. But it's great just to sweep and just find that sweet spot, because it's a little different every night because the mic moves a little tiny bit. Basically, I'm just running a vocal verb, a drum verb, a stereo chorus that I use very, very lightly on the vocals just to give it a stereo feel, and then pretty heavily on the clean tone. Again, I just like how it sounds. It just makes it wide and pretty. And then a tap delay for Jesse's vocals for certain parts. I think that's it as far as effects. I'm not using anything outboard. I have the capability to, but I'm just not doing it right now because I'm using that for my virtual sound check. And of course, Superintendent Chalmers. I'm using the RPM Dynamics TB248 for 48 bidirectional channels of audio, which is probably the best tool that I have, especially for support tours, festivals, because I mean, I really only need, once I'm set up, I only really need about 5 minutes. I mean, I can do it even in less just to get the gist of the PA and get things sort of roughed in, and then we can just do, basically I'll use the iPad and just tap through the lines silently and make sure the guy's ears are working, and I mean, we're set up in sonically in, you know, 5 minutes or so. I'm Luke with Killswitch Engage. Thanks Midas for a great product, and thanks for stopping by. Facing aimlessly with my mind dead on